Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bathmat Reviews, where today we are going to be talking about Transformers Power of the Primes Novastar. And this is a weird figure, but I really like it. See, so the Power of the Primes, was basically like a culmination of the past, two or three toy lines. I guess three because it had its own gimmick, but it also improved upon previous ones. So you had more headmasters, you had a couple and combiners, and this is a combiner. What's it called? Swap Force combiner, and so it suffers because of that. But if you can get past the backpack, I think the transformation is quite enjoyable, and I don't know if it's just me, but I really like I like having toys of obscure characters, and that is the main reason why I got this, because I like obscure characters, and I wanted a transforming figure of her, so I did. And here's the box. So, good old-fashioned box review. We got image of Novastar with some Energon. We got Novastar, spoilers. You got Transformers. On the inside, you have the card that I haven't done yet, taken out. But there's the back. It says, let's see if we can, Alchemist Novastar devises an invisibility serum to enhance stealth. That's pretty cool. Yeah, just put that there. And, yeah, on the back, you got her in an action pose. I wonder how long that took. Just kidding, it's probably a render. Posing this figure, for obvious backpack reasons, is pretty difficult, unfortunately. More spoilers on stuff that she comes with. And a bio. How will the daring infiltration and rescue specialist wield the power of the primes? Boring, but at least I know what she does. And, yeah, so that's about it. Whoosh. And, yeah, so here she is. And getting a closer look. Why does my light look yellower than normal? I don't know. Here she is. Pretty cool design. This mold isn't doing her any favors, but I mean, it's Novastar. I barely know anything about her in general. So I was just happy to get a whole figure of her. And so, as far as accessories go, she has this blaster that is one of the blasters of all time. Very odd shaped, but I don't know, it's fine. And then the Power of the Primes armor thing that a bunch of them came with that I don't like in any mode except for the limb mode. But you can take that and peg that on, and now she has more armor, or you can remove the center thingy and give that to her as a gun. And now she can dual wield, which I guess is all right. Or you can do, you can put it into hand mode, flip this peg down, because, I mean, oh yeah, if that's not a big enough gun, you can have her use that as a gun. But what I like to do sometimes, if I have her with this, is have it in like a fist mode. So she has a giant fist, I guess. I don't know. I don't really like this thing. I like it for the hand mode, and I don't even like this figure's hand mode that much. But enough saying what I don't like. Let's talk about what I do like. Just, I mean, a lot. It has a really fun transformation that I don't... It's a simple transformation, but the feel is really nice, and I found myself swapping in between it a whole bunch. And Also, I like that it's not a standard transformation as well. Like, if it didn't have to have the whole combiner peg thing back here, I think it probably could have had, like, I think it could have been adjusted to be an actually pretty good transformation while still not having too much kibble. And I think that would have been pretty cool. And yeah, now let's talk about articulation. So, head on a ball joint and another ball. I think it's 2 ball joints. I would open it up, but you have to transform her in a very specific way to unlock certain hinges. So I think a double ball joint. Yes, definitely a double ball joint. Or no, it's a hinge connected to a ball joint. So the head on a ball joint, neck on a hinge. So you can do a lot of different poses with her. You can do a full 360 with the head. Now arms. You got full 360 out that far. Over 90 degrees of bend. It's a little bit hard to see with the random kibble, but I think it's slightly over 90 degrees. Oh, one major thing that I'm a little bit worried about is that looks like clear plastic. I don't like clear plastic. Clear plastic breaks a lot. Apparently, the new style of doing clear plastic isn't as bad. But this isn't the new clear plastic. This is plastic from 2017, which I don't want to think about how long ago that was. And yeah. But then moving on down, the waist has technically 2 different swivels, but this is the usable one without having to unpeg the backpack. Then legs can go forward that far, back that far. You have a thigh swivel, or hip swivel, I guess. You have 90 degrees of bend, but if you use this joint right here, you can get much farther than that. Moving on down to the foot, you have forward and a little bit of back, not really. Then you have ankle pivot. And so, yeah, overall, cool articulation. But, I mean, again, the main problem is the backpack to me, because if you try and put her in any pose, like any, I guess, slightly dynamic pose, I mean, I'm not great at posing on the spot, but just trying to do stuff slightly off, and I got it to pose. I don't know, I was trying to pose it earlier and was having a not fun time, but maybe I was just having a skill issue. So, if it can pose better than I've been giving it credit for, cool. Because that's honestly my biggest downside of the figure, is this causing it to be too back heavy to pose. But yeah, it poses surprisingly well. It stands surprisingly well. Now let's get to size comparisons. So here she is with my previous review. Super Megatron, and I feel bad for her if she had to fight Super Megatron. I mean, I'd feel bad for anybody who had to fight for Super Megatron, but yeah. Then here she is with the prime unit of measurement, and here she is with Batman, and that is cool. So now let's get to transformation, because it's really simple but really enjoyable. I know I already said that, but I feel like it's worth reiterating. So first, take the feet, bring them in, make sure that slots over, and then peg the legs together like so. Then rotate the waist 180 degrees, come to the back, take this whole section, bring that down like that, then rotate it all again, lift this part up, flip that around, close that down, then bend the arms back like that, and flip this around, and then fold up the hands. And you're done. And that is a surprisingly fun transformation. I really like flipping it back and forth. It's very simple, but it gets the job done. And it honestly integrates the robot way better than some female car transformers. Actually, a large majority of them do. And then you still have 2 more modes because it's a Scramble City. Scramble City, yeah. Why did I say Swap Force? Isn't that from Skylanders? What the heck? Anyway, a Scramble City combiner. So it has an arm and a leg mode. One of them is better than the others, but I will show you both. So take the arms, bring them forward, and close that back like so. Same thing on this side. Then flip out the peg and rotate this back. Unpeg this, and then bring in the hand. And you can orient the hand either way. So if you want it to be a left arm, you can. If you want it to be a right arm, you can. And you are done. And it looks fine in a static pose, but then you move it at all, and then there's this chunk, which has nowhere to go, and it can't seamlessly bend any more than this. So you're just kind of stuck. So unless you want it to be flat, you kind of have to struggle with it a bit. But then you have the foot mode, which, well, leg mode. It doesn't actually come with a foot. You need a, I don't know, a bigger figure. A body figure, I guess, is the way that I'd put it. But let's take the leg, fold that up, keep this all the same. Rotate. Why are you doing this? You're supposed to rotate this way. Then take the back feet, bend them up like so, and then they will peg in right there. And then take this part, fold that down, and then slot that in like, come on, like so. And I like the leg mode a bit better. I think it works. And yeah. Now, would it be better if it just was the figure and didn't have the whole Scramble City gimmick? Yeah, I think it would be. But this is what we got. So, at the end of the day, I don't care that much. I'm just happy to have a figure of Novastar. So, now, that being said, I think that is everything. So, thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below what characters I should review next, and I'll get to them when I can. And follow me on YouTube and TikTok. Bye!